What's going on, guys? Hani TCG here, and today I have a Kashtira deck profile for you guys. And this is going to be post Photon Hypernova. But before we get into that, I would like to give a few shout outs first. Shout out to Source Gaming. And I'd also like you guys to go ahead and check out my metafy in the description below if you guys want to get any type of coaching. I am always available, and I do teach post Photon Hypernova if anyone's interested in that. So yeah, with that said, let's hop right into the profile. So for starters, I play three Fenrir, three Unicorn, three Rise Heart, and then I play one Tier Element Kashtira and then two of the Scareclaw Kashtira. So Fenrir, Unicorn, and Riseheart are kind of the best ones. These cards are like your starters, realistically, Fenrir and Unicorn. And Riseheart is just very strong because you could use its effect to banish Big Bang from your deck, and then you could go ahead and use Big Bang to then summon off of the XYZ. So I think that's very important. Also, like there's some cool combos you could do with Rise Heart plus Birth, and yeah, I just think this card has to be a three of. It's like the best one because it modifies its level, it triggers on normal summon, it has a way to special summon itself, so it's also an extender. So yeah, this is definitely a three of. I feel like all these are obviously three ofs because this searches a monster, this searches a spell, and then like the spell in this deck is pretty much Eteli. So yeah, these guys I play only one and one, or I play one and two because I think uh, I think they're just good as extenders. Um, they're not really they're not really useful on their own. You kind of just need them later on once you're already playing, so you could like so you could like make so you can make the Arise Heart easier. Like if you're already playing and you triggered your XYZ, you could then like special summon one of these extenders like the Scareclaw Castidra or the Tear Element Castidra to then go ahead and summon a Rise Heart over it. And another cool thing with these cards is it banishes Papayas, and then Papayas like says you could target one of your banished Castidras and add it to your hand. So like I feel like that's kind of huge. So like these guys do come up because like essentially like later on in the game it's like one of the best top decks because you could banish your Papayas, summon them, and then get one of these guys back to your hand. So like it's very important. So I think one and two is the best ratio because you don't want to really clog on them. And then I play three Shifter, three Ash. I felt like these are just like the the better hand traps. I don't know how good Ash is yet, but like I felt like it was the one of the better ones because it works with Shifter. And yeah, it also helps make Baron, which I think is huge. So I think that's very important. And then I play one Terraforming and three of the new planet. The planet's insane. You want to max out on these obviously because you want to see Unicorn. Like that's like the main point of the deck. Um, three Papayas. This is just the E-Tele. If you control any one of these, it's broken. Two Birth. This card's a Monster Reborn. It allows you to normal summon level 7s without tributing. It also has an effect when your opponent activates a spell card. It can target three cards in your opponent's graveyard and banish them face down. So that's another huge thing. Three Dark Ruler, no more. I felt like this card's good going into the next format because just being able to negate like all the monster effects on the board is huge. It's also like it's also a card you could set off a tasking. Like in the mirror, just negating like cards like Arise Heart or negating their board, I felt like it might be nice. Or even against like Tier, just negating a whole board, I thought it might be nice, especially just since I could search it off a tasking, which I play three of. I feel like this card's insane because it's like a going second card when you play like three Dark Ruler, and then like going first, it could just like search prosperity, it could search papayas, and it could search terraforming. Like it could literally search like any missing piece. So like I felt like this card was very nice. So three tasking, and then three prosperity. You just need to see unicorn. Like you need to thin your deck to see unicorn. It's pretty standard in my opinion. So that's it for the spells. Onto the traps. One big bang. It's kind of like the worst card in the deck. It's like the brick essentially, but like it works so well with Rise Heart. And honestly, like its on-field effect isn't the worst, and it could come up. If a Cashier XYZ monster is on the field, you can make both players banish cards on their field face down until they control one. So I feel like this is not the worst. It just puts you and your opponent on one card, and if you're on like one XYZ, you're probably winning. So like it could be a blowout at some point. So I mean, it's not the worst. And then three Imperm. Um, Imperm is just a hand trap that just works under the Kashtidras and it works under Shifter, so I think it's kind of mandatory in this deck. So 3 Imperm. Onto the extra deck, I play one of the Earth Charmer. Um, you can make you can make this with the Scareclaw Kashtidra, so I think that's like very important to play it so you can reborn your opponent's Fenrir's at times. One win. Win is important because like there's some game states where you can make Draco stack, pop a card on the field, use the token, and then make Charmer, and then just reborn the Unicorn at your opponent's grave or something. So not the worst. And then the BLS link. I think this card's pretty good since all your guys are sevens. You could probably make this very easily, and like I feel like this might be an issue for your opponent to deal with, and it has a very useful effect. So I've been trying it out. Um, it doesn't seem like the worst. One Baron, you could just make this with Ash Blossom, and that like might come up in a game state. So I figured like why not play it? One Draco Sack, one Big Eye, one Flare Metal. Like this card could just steal games. Like once they get to a low enough amount of life points, you could just summon this, and this could just win the duel. Um, one Harmonizer. This card's very good against the tier deck because like it has a quick effect to target one monster in your opponent's graveyard and attach it as material. So that's very good. It also has a non-targeting, like a non-destruction effect, pretty much. So like if a monster would try to destroy it by battle, um, it won't die by battle by monsters that are wind, earth, and light if it has Fenrir and Unicorn's material. So I think like that's important to know. It also can't be destroyed by card effects by monsters of those types. So they like if they have a monster that is a light monster, or if they have like a monster like Fenrir or like a monster like Fenrir that's an earth, or a monster like Unicorn that's a wind, they can't use that monster to destroy it by card effects. So I think it's a very cool card. So I've been testing it out, seeing how it goes. It just seems like it might come up against tier. And then one Mind Hacker. This card's insane. Obviously, to do the combo turn one, you need it. So, yeah, I'll definitely be posting combos after this video, so you guys can have a look at what this deck does. So, make sure you guys sub and stay tuned for that. And yeah, I play two Kashtira, uh, XYZ. This card's pretty good. Summons a Kashtira on the standby phase, and it locks your opponent's zones. There's combos in this deck that just lock your opponent three out of three zones, and then on your opponent's turn you could lock them out the other two. Like I'll be showing those combos off. This card is actually just insane. I think this card is a threat in its own, and then like paired with it is usually a Rise Heart, and yeah, this card I play as a two of. This card's insane. It's literally a walking Macros Cosmos, and it has this effect where it could remove 3 materials from it and target a card on the field and banish it face down. And also once per chain, it could actually like when a card's banished, it could actually equip it to it. So I think this card is just absurd. And then I play two Zeus. So the reason I play two Zeus is because in the mirror, I feel like they're always gonna rip your Zeus. So like if I play two Zeus, like this might make them like rip my Big Eye or my Draco stack instead, and then I could just keep my Zeuses and stuff. So like I feel like that's the move if just playing two Zeus because like I feel like this card's important. I'd rather not lose my one Zeus. I'd rather like play two. And like in the OCG they only have one, so they play one. But in the TCG we are blessed to have two, so we might as well play the two. And then finally, onto the side deck, 3 Anti-Spell, 3 Cosmic Cyclone, 2 Talents, 3 Swords of Concealing, 3 Zombie World, and 1 set rotation. So I can explain this a little bit. I feel like Flunder is going to be very meta relevant next format. So I feel like this deck struggles a lot against Flunder because it doesn't really have like great ways to put up like interruptions against that deck. So I felt like I needed cards like Zombie World and Anti-Spell to like stop shut those decks down. Also, anti-spell is very good because a lot of people might be playing cards like Dark Ruler. People are gonna be playing cards like Triple Tactical Tasking, Triple Tactical Talents, Change of Heart, Mind Control. So I've been seeing like spells like that be played a lot. Swords of Concealing. So like I just thought maybe I should just play anti-spell, even though I still get hit by Book of Eclipse. I just think I'm okay with just playing anti-spell. And then I play 3 Cyclone, 2 Talents, and yeah, the three concealing. The concealing's for the mirror. The talents. The talents, honestly, I'm considering being something else. Like I know I can tasking for talents, but like usually like you don't get hand trapped. So like I don't know. I'm kind of considering like playing a card that I could probably set off tasking. I haven't really figured that out yet. I think like some of the like relevant ones that I've heard so far are Metaverse for Zombie World, but like I feel like you're never gonna really get hand trapped against Flu. The only deck like I feel like you could get hand trapped against is like maybe tier because like they might use Hofness or something like that. So I don't know. Like even tasking going first is kind of like a little bit worse moving forward. So like I'm honestly unsure what these two slots are going to be, or I'm unsure on the tactics cards in general. I'm just having them in currently because right now as the game is like there's tons of hand traps. So I feel like these cards might be relevant now, but down the line they might be cards that we cut for something else. So yeah, with that said, that's the profile. If you guys have any questions, you guys could just put them in the comment section below. I try to respond as much as I can. And yeah, with that said, Hani TCG out.